and humidity across green country this past weekend, and we'll be starting off a new work week with more heat and humidity. We've got this high pressure ridge in place over the desert Southwest, central and southern plain states. So we've got these thunderstorm complexes that are riding along the ridge, moving across the upper Midwest down into the southeast. Here's where that high pressure ridge is located, so you can see it's keeping all the rain out of our area, but keeping the heat and humidity right overhead. Let's talk about our current temperatures. We were at 85 just about a couple hours ago. We're down to 82 now here in Tulsa, 77 in Wagner, Muskogee, 74 in Sallisaw, 78 in Coffeyville. It feels like the mid 80s though downtown, and it definitely felt like it as I was heading into work earlier this morning. Got the southwest wind in place at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's where our wind speeds will live throughout the day, so we're not going to get forecast. We had Haley send in this photo of Jay, Peach, Ginger, and Bethel, and they're all red and white Boston Terriers. I didn't even know that was a type of dog breed, but I learned something new and I love it. They're super cute, and they're all saying hey from Sand Springs. I love that. Well, if Jay, Peach, Ginger, and Bethel are going to be out and about, let's get them out early this morning. Temperatures right now are in the upper 70s to low 80s, but we know we're going to be back in triple-digit territory by later on this afternoon. Haley, thank you so much for sharing them with us this morning. If you want your four-legged friend to end up on our graphic, use our chime-in feature. That's KTUL.com/chime-in. All right, when we look at climatological data, we are currently in the hottest time of the year, right? Late July, just before early August, where our average high temperature peaks at 94. But we know we've been well above that. It's all thanks to this high pressure ridge that's setting up right around the Four Corners region into the central and southern plain states, keeping all those big systems out of our area and keeping all the heat and humidity locked right into Oklahoma. We have another extreme heat warning in effect for the counties in purple. That's for most of green country from about noon to 8 p.m. where we could see the heat index as high as 115 degrees. The orange counties, that's a heat advisory where the heat index may top 110 degrees. Either way, no matter where you are or where you're heading to today across green country, it's just going to be hot and humid. Got a forecast high of 103 degrees for us today here in Tulsa, potentially heat index up to 111. Tomorrow we could jump up about a degree more, potentially up to 104. We are going to be tracking this weak front. It's going to try and make its way through green country Tuesday and a Wednesday. Could cool us down back to the upper 90s, but still a lot of humidity hanging around. And then as that high pressure ridge potentially retreats to the west this weekend, that could bring temperatures down to the low to mid 90s. So at least there's maybe a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. For today, plenty of sunshine. Great afternoon to get out to the pool or the splash pad or anything to stay cool, even if you're just staying indoors today. Here comes that weak front tomorrow. May spark a few showers across our northeastern counties in the afternoon. Chance is not high, and if we humidity to stick around through today and really tomorrow with folks around town, and it's like, oh, you know, April wasn't bad, May wasn't bad, June wasn't bad in terms of our temperatures, right? We had a lot of rainfall, but with the clouds too, that really kept our temperatures down. Only holding off for so long all the heat and humidity we usually deal with around this time of year. And the high pressure ridge, well, it's keeping it right centered over Oklahoma. We've got some thunderstorm complexes working across portions of the Great Lakes, heading down across the southeast as well. You can see where that high pressure ridge is, and it's going to hold tight at least for the next couple of days before at least data is showing us it may retreat to the west, giving us a little bit of a break. Right now we're at 80 in Pawhuska, 82 in Tulsa, 73 in Bonita, 76 in Tahlequah and Muskogee. Feeling more like the mid 80s though still here in Tulsa with our heat index. Winds are going to be out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Winds are going to be light, so we're not going to yesterday because we officially topped out at the Tulsa International Airport at 101 degrees yesterday afternoon. Plenty of triple-digit highs across the board. We topped out at 100 in Muskogee and Tahlequah, 101 in Stigler and Eufaula, 103 in Pawnee, even 104 in Stillwater. A couple of 90s there, but you see the big picture was that triple-digit heat. So let's talk about, we've had only 2 100-degree days so far this year in Tulsa. Yesterday made for 2. about normal or average is 11 100-degree days per year, although we know some years we have more, some years we have a whole lot less. And our hottest temperature so far of the year, 103 degrees. That was our first 100-degree day last week, back on July 21st. Today we have a really good chance of it hitting 100 degrees once again, so we have this extreme heat warning in effect from noon to 8 p.m. For the counties in purple, you can see that's most of green country where a heat index may top 115 degrees. The orange counties, that's a heat advisory where the heat index may reach 110 degrees. This could be a great afternoon to go to the pool, the splash pad. Just don't forget your sunscreen, and of course to still stay hydrated, as temperatures may top 103 degrees. It is really going to be a hot and muggy afternoon. However, tomorrow temperatures may still climb a degree or two warmer. I've got 104 in the forecast. We start to track this weak front Tuesday into Wednesday. Could bring us some cloud cover, maybe an isolated light shower, but that should drop temperatures below triple digits. And then as the high pressure ridge starts to retreat to the west, that could bring us down to the low 90s by Sunday. Not huge relief, but at least it's something, and something to look forward to. For today, plenty of sunshine in the forecast. Again, a really good chance we're going to see highs surpassing 100 degrees, but it may feel like 115 in some spots. Tomorrow, here comes this weak front. It's going to try and make its way through green country. Again, it's very weak, so temperatures to the north may be in the upper 90s, the rest of us still in triple digits. And we could see an isolated light shower in our northeastern counties. Not a high chance. That's why only do stick around through today and really tomorrow's temperature.